A coroner's office ruling that the November 2015 death of inmate Michael Marshall was a homicide is again putting the spotlight on Mayor Michael Hancock and the Denver Sheriff's Department. The city has declined to release the jail surveillance video, prompting community leaders, clergy, and members of Marshall's family to begin a hunger strike in protest. Joey, does the mayor at some point need to begin to worry more about the liabilities within his sheriff's department?
Well, you know, it's fashionable to beat up on cops across the country, but Denver was way ahead of that trend. We've had problems in Denver for a decade. And, you know, there's a line somewhere between, you know, public accountability and public relations. And I don't think that Denver has found that line, but a lot of departments haven't. You know, the families of Michael Marshall are saying, if you've got nothing to hide, release the video. But law enforcement also has an obligation to conduct a thorough, fair investigation. I don't know what the answer is here, but I know that that the distrust in law enforcement is a mean dog in itself. You know, the less you trust law enforcement, the less we trust ourselves as a society. So this is just another example of putting Mayor Hancock and putting law enforcement in Denver to the test, and let's see how they do.
That's a good point. Miguel, the mayor did meet with the family and at least offered an apology, but reasserted what Joey talked about as saying we can't release the video based on an ongoing investigation. Does the mayor need to do more even with a pending investigation?
Definitely. From being a prior law enforcement officer, I can tell you that it is a difficult job, and it is a job that is on the spot kind of reaction. You can always do the what if game, you know, and how to prepare for it. And that is about the most way to break it down and be as common as you can get. What if I back out of my garage today and I hit that pothole? You know what I mean? But you pre-plan and you try to figure it out. Now, as far as the mayor, breaking that down and helping the community to understand that there is an ongoing investigation, and making the community, or helping the community to feel that he is being honest about that and is legitimate about coming to justice and what is going to. So as long as the mayor presents himself in an honest way and lets the community know that he's on it, okay? And something is going to come out of this investigation, whether it is a fault of certain officers and their actions, or whether it was due to a circumstance beyond their control, or what was needed at the time. We don't know that. We haven't seen the video. So as far as the mayor's response to the community, it really has to be humble and honest and be truthful. You know, if we do not know, but I will make sure as a mayor that those that are responsible will be held accountable.
Patty, where's the tipping point from all of these cases stacking up to where it does some serious long-term damage to the City Hall? Have we passed it?
Well, we're past the tipping point, and had someone else run against Michael Hancock last election, we might have seen just how far past the tipping point we were. I mean, this case is so reminiscent of Marvin Booker, which is one of the reasons that the community is up in arms. But let's remember, you were talking about be truthful, you know, give a simple answer. How about give a quick answer? It has been more than 2 months since he died. So an investigation should be pretty far along by now. I don't see any problem with releasing that video. We see how well it worked in Chicago not to release the video. People will be suspicious. You can, 2 months out, you can give some context. You can finish your investigation, but they need to be more prompt.
David, without much fanfare, a new sheriff of Denver has been selected, not elected, as you've liked to point out. Can that change in leadership begin to change the tide?
If only there were some way that voters, instead of depending on the sheriff's office department to be run by a mayor who had no political opposition and this very indirect accountability, if only there were some way that the people of Denver could actually have direct control over and accountability for the sheriff's office. Maybe they should ask the city auditor, whom they elect, to investigate how things are done in other counties, and if there's some other procedure for picking who the sheriff is and holding the sheriff accountable to the people themselves.
That seems wildly creative for government, David. I'm not sure if there's any other options out there.